I've been featured on the cover of Business Magazine. See, I told you I was the good-looking one. And I was named the 2011 Internet Marketer of the Year. As for Brian, I'll let you talk about yourself.
So as far as I go, yeah, I went a little different path than Sean. I initially actually started out in college just playing around online, never intending for it to be like a full-time living or anything like that. Well, one day I realized instead of waiting for traffic, leads, and sales to magically come my way, why don't I actively go out there and try to get them to come to me? So with a fair amount of work, I checked my stats a few days later and saw that I made just shy of $1,500. Now, that was more than most of my friends were making in a month at that time. So I went and applied a lot of the methods that work there of going out to the traffic, to the leads and all that. And by the time I was done with college and I applied that to the other markets that I was playing around with, there was no need for me to go and get a 9-to-5 job or anything like that. Now, flash forward several years later, I started doing a lot of SEO work, a lot of and eventually made like a software firm, and I tried to take what worked really well for me by hand, try to find ways where I can easily make that work for others as well. And I've not just been talking about getting rankings, traffic, and so forth. I've been actually doing it. I mean, how many experts out there can say that they've received $10,000 retainers a month from clients for SEO? Well, I have. Here's a screenshot of one for about 12 grand, and that was actually a 3-month deal, so that was about 12 grand a month for 3 months there. Below that is one for a bit shy of 9 grand, and there's another one for 2 grand. And again, some of these are big, micro cap businesses that are worth millions and millions of dollars that are paying for my expertise and getting them ranked, getting traffic, getting leads, and so forth. Now on this next slide, you want to change that, Sean? On this next slide, here's just some examples of some of these sites that I have and some of the visitors that they get. Here's one, a site with over 170,000 visitors so far this year with 0 additional work. This is stuff that I did years ago that because I did it right and went about it the right way, I'm still receiving over 170,000 visitors this year from doing 0 additional work, and it's been probably years since I've done much of anything there. On this next slide, here's one, over 16,000 visitors so far this month, and I took this screenshot, or I should say last month. I took this screenshot at the very end of November, and at that point it was over 16,000 visitors so far that month with no additional work to just one of my sites. Here's another shot right here to prove.
These are the referral sources for that site.
Yeah. Now, a lot of times people will show like really high stats where they'll say, "Hey, look, I got 10,000 visitors in a day." Well, that's not impressive if it's like fake traffic or if it's traffic from bots or anything like that. So to prove that these are actual real visitors, here's the referring pages right here, and you can see that the top sources are the top search engines out there, like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And you can see a large chunk of that is coming from Google because, again, that's the top search engine out there. And if you have a good site that has good SEO and gets good traffic, you should naturally get a lot of traffic from there. And, again, obviously these aren't fake hits or anything like that, and this kind of proves it right there. Those are legitimate hits coming into the site. Here's another one. Here's a small untouched site of mine, another one with over 14,000 visitors so far this year. This has been something I haven't touched in years, and it's just a small little site of mine in a smaller market. Again, still for 14,000 visitors so far this year without doing anything. Here's another shot right here, over 1/3 million real visitors so far this year. This is for a small group of related sites of mine that I have in another market. Again, over 1/3 million real visitors so far this year. And again, exact same thing. These aren't fake hits or these aren't hits from a big launch or anything like that. These are just consistent traffic flowing in to the site.
And this is the monthly traffic for that same group of sites. So you can see again.
One, over 28,000 visitors so far when I took this shot in the month of November alone. And again, guys, as you can see, this isn't like a large spike one day where someone bought, lots of fake traffic or anything like that. You can see consistently getting, in this case, about 1,000 visitors a day. And it's staying consistent across the board, and that's what you want. You don't want to have some days where you have lots of hits, and the next day you have zero. You want to have a consistent flow of traffic, and that's what we're here to do for you.
Right. So let's talk about the sources of traffic. You saw certainly one of those reflected in that screenshot from that traffic for those sites, that the number one source is search engines, and certainly when it comes to free traffic, these are top sources, and everybody's familiar with Google, Yahoo, Bing, and related search engines. However, there is a huge volume of high-quality traffic, often converts way better than search engine traffic, that comes from other sources, and a lot of people miss out on this traffic because they don't even realize it exists. They just think, well, if I could get Google traffic, then that's all I need. Well, that's great, but there's so much more than just Google, and a lot of this traffic is actually easier to get than getting traffic from Google and Yahoo and Bing. Okay, for example, video sites. For example, YouTube. Now, YouTube, which is owned by Google, shows nearly 100 billion videos per month to hundreds of millions of users. Now, let me tell you something. That's a lot of videos. And I know, yes, some of you have been there and you've seen the cute cat video, and you've seen the, hot young, music artist video, and that's all great. But there's a lot of other videos that get watched on YouTube related to actually giving people information about a product or service they want to buy or something they want to learn how to do. For example, there are weight loss channels and weight loss videos on YouTube that literally have, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. And YouTube itself is the second most searched site on the web after Google. So YouTube actually gets searched more than Yahoo and Bing. Now, the other thing is that videos can also show up in the search results. So when you have a video, it can show up in Google like this. Now, this screenshot was taken a couple months back, but you can see that these videos have been obviously up in Google for quite a while, because the two on the left are a long time ago.
I like the one on the far right there.
I know, and now, there is actually a good clue here as you make videos, particularly with YouTube, where you can choose what image you want to show. Now, just randomly asking anyone in the audience, which picture are you most likely to click on? The one on the far right with the scary guy, who one day is actually going to be on a webinar when I talk about him, or worse yet, in a live event, but I'll recognize him, it'll be safe, or the woman on the left.
And a key thing here, guys, is look at the dates of when these videos were up. Now, Sean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you only took this screenshot like what, a few weeks ago?
Yeah, just a couple months ago.
And you'll see here the middle one was from 2008. The one on the left is 2009. The one on the right is 2011. Now, obviously, it's not 2008, anymore, or 2011, or anything like that. And that just goes to show work done years ago can pay off for a very, very, very long time. I mean, you can't even imagine how much traffic these guys have gotten over stuff that they probably had no intention, or they may not have even known that they were featured on page 1 of Google for a long time, but they got probably lots and lots and lots of traffic off that, and if they know what they're doing, they can turn that into a lot of visitors to their site, a lot of leads, and a lot of sales too.
Yeah. And so that's one source of traffic. Another one, same kind of idea, is articles, because article sites are also a huge source of traffic, like videos. And articles, there's huge article sites like Easy Articles. There's a lot of them out there where you can submit articles, and they actually have high-quality content because they have humans that vet the articles and make sure the authors are submitting good content. But those articles, first of all, can show up not only on that site where they can be found by searchers, but they can show up as separate search engine listings. Just like those videos did, you could find your page in an article site showing up in the search engine listing, because those article sites have a huge amount of authority because they've been around for a long time. They've got a lot of juice with the search engines. Now, the other thing is that other people can syndicate your content for you. So what happens is you've got an article or you've got a video somebody can add that content to their website. When they do, they link back to the original source. So they'll link back to that article on the article site, give you a backlink there. They'll link back to YouTube. Also, when they grab the description off of YouTube or off of the article site, they'll also include a link directly back to your site. And that's part of how people's articles start to get ranked higher. It's like, the higher you get, the better you do, the higher you get. Okay? Now, relevant blogs. Blogs are huge as far as Google's concerned. They love blogs. They love updated content. They think that, especially updated blogs, that anything that's done on a regular basis should rank high as far as they're concerned, as long as it's keyword targeted. So they love that. And relevant blogs can be a great source of feeding other people from those blogs to you, because then you get high quality traffic and links, because you're going to get direct referrals as well as the backlinks that the search engine is going to pick up. And two ways you can find blogs. One is to go and search in the search engine results to find blogs with high rankings, because we know they're going to get traffic. For example, if you have a site that's in the top 10 results for a weight loss related term on Google that gets 1 million searches a month, and the site's number 1, number 2, number 3, is it getting traffic? No question. Is it going to be a great backlink? No question. And so you want to take that blog and you want to contact them or get up there and make a comment, post up, or even trade them and do a guest post. The next thing that you can do is look for blogs that are very active, because a lot of blogs don't necessarily rank well in the search engines, but they have a lot of activity. They have people posting all the time, and they have a lot of active users that are working within a specific market. So they're great sources for you to feed that traffic and those rabid people in a market straight over to your site. Likewise, relevant forums are a great source to get high quality traffic and links. And the thinking really goes along the same lines of what we were just talking about for blogs. It is that you're going to have forums that are ranked really high in the search engines. For example, if you search LA weight loss, you're going to find probably still number 2 in Google is a forum called 3 Fat Chicks. Now, LA weight loss gets searched 11 million times a month according to Google. And if your forum is number 2, do you get a lot of traffic? Obviously, the answer is yes. And if you're going to get a lot of traffic on the search term of LA weight loss, we know these people are looking to lose weight. If we have a weight loss related site, for us to post up in that forum and add some content, some value, and put up a signature at the end that invites people back to our site to get more information, we're going to get great backlinks, first of all, from that forum, and we're going to get some traffic skimmed off that, because this is the kind of technique that's going to get us really great users and people that are more likely to convert than average, feeding right in. And again, same thing if as we talked about with blogs, forums with a lot of activity. There's a lot of forums where you've got an active user base that's there a lot, posting, active community, that if you get involved in it, even if that forum doesn't rank well with Google, it still has a lot of traffic internally, and when you can find those, you can really find a big gold mine. Now, Q&A sites are sites where someone goes and posts a question, and other people can post answers. And of course, other people could be you. You could be posting answers, or we can be doing it on your behalf on sites like Yahoo Answers that can get huge traffic. The Yahoo Answers results rank separately in the search engine, including in Google, and this traffic can be some of the very, very best buyer traffic. And Brian, if you would relate the story of you in New Zealand finding out just how powerful this is for somebody.
Sure. So that's actually a great thing. So my wife and I were in New Zealand. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 years back or so. And when we were there in the city of Auckland there, she wanted to go horseback riding. So I went on Google and I did a search for some word, I'm sure, like horseback riding near Auckland or some keyword close to that. And I didn't find any horseback riding sites ranked at all on page 1 there. But I did find a Yahoo Answers question that was ranked on page 1. And I could see that the question was, almost the same thing I searched for, and it was, are there horseback riding places near Auckland? So I clicked on that, and one of the answers given was either from, probably the horseback riding owner or, possibly an employee of his, and the question was like, is there a horseback riding place near Auckland? And then someone answered and said, oh, yep, there's one about a half hour outside of it. Here's a link to their site. Here's their number, yada, 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 and gave some more info. So that's how I found their site. Now, the next day we showed up to actually go horseback riding, and the first thing that the owner asked me was, how did you hear about us? And I said, well, to be honest, I initially didn't find your site at all. I was trying to find any place to go horseback riding near Auckland, and I found that you or someone basically answered a question on Yahoo Answers, and that's how I found out about your site. And he started to laugh, and he said, you know what's really funny? And I said, what's that? And he said, about 2/3 to 3/4 of the people I asked that to tell me they found me the exact same way. So he's saying 2/3 to 3/4 of the people that show up that he asks that to have said they found him through that ranked question on Yahoo Answers. Now, I don't know if that means that turned into an extra 10 grand a year, 20 grand a year, 50 grand a year. I really don't know, but I do know that 2/3 to 3/4 of any business is a substantial amount of money, especially considering that to actually answer that question literally probably took the guy maybe a matter of a minute or two to do. But it's because he knew where to look and where to find questions like that that resulted in that simple task getting tons and tons of traffic in the long run. So you definitely want to monitor Q&A sites constantly and look for the kind of answers or the kind of questions that you can answer and provide a link or a number or an email back to you.
All right. Press releases and news releases, which are related but different, provide targeted traffic and leads as well as instant credibility. And one of the things we've seen more and more in recent years is not only the use of press releases and news releases, but that Google in particular absolutely loves these press releases. And when you do them right and you submit them properly, you actually can show up immediately in Google. I mean, literally, press a button, submit your press release, because we've built our own direct feed into Google, and within seconds we can go back to Google where we did not exist before in search engine rankings and in their news feed, and suddenly we're there. And then that news content gets syndicated by Google across a whole bunch of different sites, gets picked up as a feed by a lot of different sites and gets fed onto those sites. So it creates a lot of instant backlinks from high-quality authoritative news sites, as well as Google News itself into your site. It means you can be found in different places in different ways. It's something that you can use in your business to be able to say, hey, we were just in the news, and it's featured on Google News because you were, etc. So a lot of credibility, a lot of online credibility and backlinks, as well as traffic, and you get a real aura of legitimacy, even if you have a small business or a new business, from using something like a press release, because this is what real businesses do, and therefore people immediately respect that and respond to that. A lot more sources, as we go down, but I'm sure you get the idea. Right, Brian? You wanted to add?
Yeah. I mean, again, guys, there's a ton of different sources out there, but it just goes to show there's a lot more to getting traffic than just getting ranked on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And there's, even to get ranked, there's a lot of different moving parts to do so. But there's ways where you can get traffic from multiple sources, and it's really a win-win. So now we could go on and on and on, but you probably get the idea that there's a lot of traffic you should be getting right now, besides just the traffic that you get from the search engines. So, when it comes to the different types of traffic out there, not all traffic is created equal. I know there's sometimes guys out there that brag about having, like a million hits a day or so, and if it's all fake traffic or crap traffic, it doesn't matter. 100 hits a month of quality traffic can be worth far more than thousands of hits from crap traffic. So for the best conversion results, if you want to jump back a slide there, Sean, for the best conversion results, you really want to focus on high quality leads that are ready to buy right now. Now, you should do, in-depth research to find what your prospects are really searching for online so you can deliver exactly what they want to buy. Now, most websites out there miss 60 to 70% of their potential traffic due to going after the wrong kind of keywords or going after, in some cases, completely wrong markets. So, doing your market and keyword research ahead of time can make a world of difference. For example, we had a client in a program of ours that was targeting aromatherapy massage for his local business. His website was #1 for that local business term, but he wasn't really getting a ton of business. Why not? Well, I'll tell you exactly why. The reason why was because very few people in his local city searched for aromatherapy massage. So even though he was ranked #1 for aromatherapy massage, followed by his city or town name, he wasn't getting a ton of searches there. But there were 20 times as many people who searched for massages in his local town, which he also provided that same service. But he didn't rank well for it at all because he wasn't trying to even target massages as a whole. Now, when we asked him, we said, do you provide general massage services as well, or would you take a client looking for that? And he said, absolutely. So he was missing on 20 times the amount of business out there just by going after specifically such a small market and avoiding the huge market right next to it that he could tap into at will if he knew how to actually target that market and those keywords. So the same client also wanted to sell aromatherapy supplies online to the global market. But that required, again, a completely different website and separate keyword or separate keywords to target. For instance, if you're trying to find local clients for massages in your hometown, that's a completely different website and different message than one trying to sell, like, let's say, massage oils or aromatherapy on a global scale. So by not having the two separate sites, he was costing himself a lot of business and a lot of missed rankings and traffic as well.
Definitely. And so, Brian, let's show them some results that we've gotten for prior clients. You can go ahead and explain these.
Sounds great. So with our traffic expert team, which is the exact same team that Sean and I have, here's one where they've helped a dentist in Framingham, which is a city, and for Framingham cosmetic dentist, they're #1 right there. You see the top yellow ads; those are actually paid ads right there. But the first organic result, which is the most important one, we got to the top spot right there, and it's an absolutely free listing right there. And they're also, because of that, showing up at the top of the Google map as well on the top right there. So again, this is absolutely free traffic. They don't have to pay a dime for this, and this can make a world of difference for a cosmetic dentist. I don't know what the average client to a cosmetic dentist is worth, but I'm guessing it's worth probably, Sean, would you say probably at least anywhere from several hundred to several $1,000s?
Yeah, I would bet the average client is in the thousands.
Yeah, I mean it's not cheap to get that kind of work done. So being the top guy means that you get seen before your competitors. Here's a site of mine for it's a text message mobile auto responder. I'm the #1 result for mobile auto responder. And what's really, really great here is not only am I the #1 site, I also take advantage of other sites that are ranked on page 1 by leaving posts, comments, or replies on those sites as well. So I have members of my team going out and finding other sites that rank and leaving posts and comments on there, which also take traffic from those sites and direct it to mine. So not only do we help get the sites ranked, but we also get traffic going from all the other sites that you can leave posts on too. And again, that really can make a world of difference. I mean,
well, what percentage of your traffic, Brian, or what percentage, more importantly, of your buyers comes from search engines versus other sites?
Sure. So as far as the buyers go, about approximately around 2/3 of the buyers that we get are traced back directly to this campaign right here of actually going out there, finding sites that rank, leaving posts on those and so forth, and leaving them back to my site. And the other portion is largely also from being ranked as well, and it's a great way not just to get sales, but also get sometimes affiliates as well. So this is a product that I didn't do a launch on or anything like that. This is all natural search engine traffic or natural traffic from other sites, and occasionally we'll get guys that randomly find the site and become affiliates too. So that's an extra bonus right there. But all this, any single one of you can do. There's nothing special I did here. There's no contacts I had. I knew absolutely no one in this market to start with, in the mobile autoresponder market to start with, but I knew how to get that stuff ranked. And this has been ranked for a very long time, and still to this day gets lots of sales and lots of steady traffic. Here's another client of ours. He owns a tennis shop in Madison. And initially, you couldn't find him anywhere. I mean, he wasn't ranked anywhere online. Even if you searched tennis shop Madison or tennis racket Madison or tennis shoes Madison or any term like that, you wouldn't find him anywhere. Well, we actually got him ranked for over 30 terms on page 1. And as you see here, for this term right here, tennis shop Madison, he's competing with over 41 million results. And he's not only the #1 site that shows up right there, he also has listings on the #2 and 3 spot for his Yelp and Facebook page, and he's also on Google Maps in the top right, and he's also listed with his address and number on the right side as well. So he's, again, completely dominating Google there. On this next shot, you'll see, here's one, tennis racket Madison. He's, again, the #1 result right there, and in this case, there's 2 ways to spell racket, and we actually rank for both. So right here, he ranks for R-A-C-K-E-T. Right here, he ranks for the other way, R-A-C-Q-U-E-T-T-S, for tennis rackets Madison. He's the #1, 2, and 3 result in Google, completely dominating Google here. On the next shot right here, here's one, tennis shoes Madison, Wisconsin, #1 and 2. And what's important here, guys, is that the last time I talked to him, he said tennis shoes were his #1 seller. Reason being, to get shoes specifically for tennis is very hard. Not a lot of stores sell them, and the ones that do usually only carry 1 pair. So people specifically are looking for where to buy tennis shoes around Madison, and they find his site, and they go to his shop, and they buy shoes there. And it really works out great for him. And he tends to ask a lot of the guys that walk in how they heard about him, and he said ever since he used us to get him ranked for over 30 terms, that he said more and more and more people are saying that they found him off of Google. So again, that's a phenomenal amount of traffic and rankings that he got. On this next shot right here, this is another big one, tennis racket restraining Madison. Now, again, #1 and 2 in Google. Now, if you're a tennis player, or if you're a serious player, you probably know that the guys that play a lot tend to restring their racket at least a few times a year. If you hit a lot, it might even be a few times a week. And each time, it costs anywhere from maybe, $25 to $50. And more importantly, not only is that some long-term business because they go back to the same guy over and over and over and over again, but on top of that, if you go to get your tennis racket restrung, it gets you into the store. So not only are you paying to have your racket restrung, but maybe you buy a new pair of shoes while you're there, or a new pair of tennis shorts or shirt, or a new racket. So this is another search term that finds the serious players out there, where one serious player to him is easily probably worth several hundred to at least $1,000 or $2,000 a year. I know myself alone, I've probably spent probably close to $500 to $1,000 there already just in the last 6 months, and there's lots of other players like me that, again, once they find a place that can just string a racket, will bring him long-term business. So again, getting ranked here can bring phenomenal results. Here's another one, tennis string, Madison, Wisconsin. Again, #1, 2, and 3, completely dominating Google. And now here's another site, and this site is in Australia. It's a wine tour site, so they give wine tours, and they actually were, featured as one of the top wine tour services in Australia, or they were voted that, I think, by TripAdvisor or some site like that. And again, they weren't ranked well for a lot of these kind of keywords. Well, they used us, and within, I think the tennis shop, we got ranked within the first 2 weeks. This one, I think, also about the same time. It was less than 2 weeks of work there. Here's one, Gold Coast Wine Tours, #2 on Google. Brisbane Wine Tours, #1. Both these are from the U.S. Queensland Wine Tours, #1 on Google, because they said a lot of their tourists are from the U.S., but we also got them ranked for terms in Australia as well, like right here, Gold Coast Wine Tours, #2 from Australia. Brisbane Wine Tours, #2 as well. Queensland Wine Tours, #1 in Australia, and again, completely dominating the main, cities around them. And these aren't like super small towns. These are the main cities around them that they're completely dominating. The Gold Coast is a lot like it, basically in Orlando, Florida. Brisbane is a fairly big size city as well. And again, we're just cleaning up #1 rankings right here. These are all page 1, either the top one or #2 or so on page 1 right there. On this next shot right here, here's a related business. So they had a separate website that instead of selling their wine tour service, they also offered franchises for wine tour businesses. And this is for corkandforkfranchise.com. And they said that to buy into the franchise was $25,000. And that was a minimum, I think, too. So, the average client is worth a minimum of 25 grand to them. It's worthwhile to get ranked. So here's one, winery tourism franchise, #1 in Google in Australia. Here's one, New Zealand wine tour franchise, #2 in Google from Australia. They said that, they were trying to expand in New Zealand as well. Here's one, wine tour franchise, #5 in Google in Australia. Winery tourism franchise, #1 Australia wine tour franchise, top 1 New Zealand wine tour franchise, top 1 wine tour franchise. This is a huge one, Sean. Wine tour franchise, #1 in Google in the U.S. Okay, so any business looking to have a franchise in the wine tour business would find these guys almost guaranteed. And again, it's not like you need a million hits a day to make money off this. I mean, if they just get one sale,
$25,000 a sale.
Yeah, if they just get one extra sale, that's $25,000 minimum. And we got them ranked for, again, all these keywords and more, completely dominating the market. You can't even begin to understand how large of a difference that can make for lots of your businesses out there when you start to completely dominate your entire market. So what's the value of increasing traffic? Sean, do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So how much does new traffic makes a difference for you? Partly this depends upon your business model, what you're selling, how you're generating leads, how you're capturing leads, how you're following up on leads, what you sell customers, what you follow up and sell them. But even small increases can lead to big additional profits. Okay? What if you made just one additional sale every day because you increased traffic? Not 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 or 100, and no pie in the sky numbers because obviously these things are going to build on each other, but just you increase sales by one a day. Now, depending upon what you're selling and what your volume already is, this may be small for you, this may be huge. It all depends. It also depends how much is each sale worth. So what's that worth to you each month? It's simple. Obviously, multiply your average sales value. Let's say it's $100. You get an extra sale every day worth $100 to you. Multiply that by 30 days. You gain $3,000 a month. Then, besides that initial value, you should add on the future value those new customers add. Because we know the average customer will make more than one purchase over time. Now, not everyone will purchase again, but many of them will purchase multiple times from you. And therefore, not only do you get those customers initially worth $3,000 that month, but you get thousands of dollars more in future business from those customers as they come back again and again, as you reach out to them by email or however you do your marketing after that, again and again. Now, the other thing is you have more value that gets added to your website and to your business when you increase your number of email opt-ins. So if we get a lot of email leads on a particular website, then we know that's going to be worth a bunch of money because we can sell to them initially, we can sell them again and again. I mean, personally, and Brian, it's probably the same is true for you, have people that have been on my email list for 10 years for me, maybe longer. I go to conferences and speak all the time and ask how many people are on my mail list, and it's not even my conference, and there are people on my list that have been there for years. And it's not because we never send them email. They know they're on the list because they get email every day.
Yeah, and the long-term value of those guys are huge. I mean, I've had clients from 6, 7, 8 years back that if you look up the stats 5, 6, 7 years later, you'll see even if they buy 1 or 2 products a year, it adds up to a ton. I mean, single clients can be worth thousands, in some cases even tens of thousands of dollars in the long run when you start to view them like that.
Right. So what if you just added even a small amount of new leads, like 500 leads a month? Even when you do that, it adds up quickly. Because first of all, you get to make sales initially. They opt in, you immediately can show them a sales process where they can be able to make money right off or you can make money right off the bat. They can make a purchase immediately. But then you get to keep mailing to them, so you get even more money month after month after month. And then beyond that, you also get to sell your own products by sending email. You get to sell other related products as an affiliate. Now, most business owners with email lists, if they're smart, do both. Brian and I sell our own products by email. We also sell related affiliate products by email because we know that we can't provide everything that our customers want. And our customers are going to go buy products and service anyway. We might as well get paid when they do. Now, in many markets, particularly big markets, the first month value per lead in many markets, it's more than $1 per lead. So every opt-in worth more than $1 to the list owner. And even if you're adding 500 new leads a month, reasonable numbers where you can grow a business if you're small and make it bigger, that's 500 new leads a month. Do that for a year, 500 times 12, 6,000 new leads that gets added to your list. And the other thing that happens, of course, is those leads accumulate and build the volume of money you can make from your list. So, if you have a consistent effort focused on generating traffic that creates opt-in leads and then you selling to them, then in our example, if I get 500 new leads and they're worth $500 in the first month, then because I've got 500 new people. But in month 2, I've now got 1,000 new people, so I get $1,000. In month 3, I've got 1,500 new people, so I get $1,500, and so on. Every month it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the amount of revenue that I'm generating just from the email component, besides the direct customers that I'm selling already on my site and that additional stuff, all from increasing traffic. So, we do that. The income from sending email grows nicely month after month. The list gets bigger and bigger. The other great part about having your own email list, if you don't have one, is simply that every business hits an eventual hiccup. Something doesn't sell, something goes wrong. But if you have an email list, you can fix a lot of ills. You can send a lot of email to generate money even if something else goes wrong in your business or you have a product that doesn't sell or whatever that might be. And as I mentioned earlier, a good percentage of the people will stay on your list for years and be responsive for a very long time to come. So estimate the value of building your email list, getting people on it, and then following up and mailing to them consistently because there's an awful lot of money in it. Now, again, the bottom line is that you need traffic. If you don't have traffic, then life isn't going to be that much fun. And so there's just 2 ways to get it. Either you do all the work of research, updates, promotion, everything like we just talked about to get traffic, or someone else does all the work. And, if you're not promoting your site, then you absolutely must make sure that someone else is promoting your site. Because if you don't have traffic, again, you don't have leads, you don't get customers, you don't get profits. And so this is not an optional thing for a business as far as I'm concerned. You know, if you're going to take advantage of all the power of the internet, somebody got to be able to generate traffic for you, because everything else will follow from that. If there's no traffic, doesn't matter how optimized the site is, doesn't matter about anything else. So Brian and I have recently decided to allow access to our personally trained traffic experts to manage all of your online website promotion. So literally, we are putting our team to work for you. Our traffic experts literally will work for you week after week, month after month. And this is really important. They never forget to promote your business according to the plan, so things always get done. It's important because a lot of times you're trying to work on your business, you get distracted, you're focused on other parts, and there's a lot of important parts of the business, and some of them only you can handle. And while you're focused on those, if you're not promoting your business online, then nothing happens. So the really good point, and there are many of them that I want you to get out of this, is that these traffic experts deliver results whether you're paying attention or not. If you go on vacation, they're still working. If you're busy because you've got a new product coming out and you need to focus on fine-tuning it, that's okay. They're still promoting your site. So this happens week after week, month after month. Somebody else is paying attention and getting your online promotion done and doing it very, very well. The first thing that the traffic expert's going to do is analyze your target market, determine your best keyword opportunities, and analyze your website for errors and mistakes. Now, I think every single website we've ever analyzed has errors and mistakes. It's not well optimized. It's not got great on-page SEO, because all your title tags, your H1 tags, your alt image tags, all these different pieces of code that make up your website that either can help you, hurt you, or be neutral, generally are not helping you, and in many cases are actually hurting your search engine rankings. It's probably the #1 reason we find that sites don't rank well. So what we're going to do is figure out where you should be targeting, where the money is in your market, where the traffic is in your market that can turn quickly into buyers, figure out where you should be targeted, and then come to you with a plan that says, here's where you should be focused, here's what we want to do to promote your site, and here's the changes and updates we want to fix on your site to solve your problems. So after we've analyzed all this, we're going to create an online marketing plan unique for your needs. Now, that plan is going to vary for everyone. There's obviously some common elements. We're promoting on the internet. There are some commonalities, but everybody's business is different. If you've got a local pizza shop or a dentist office or an e-commerce site selling baby products, obviously you've got different needs, different target market, different way that people are looking for you, different way that people are going to be interacting with you online. So we're going to design the plan to fit what your business is and what it is that you want to sell, what your desired end result is. And we're going to define and design the plan so that it fits for your business to get you the results you want. Now, after you've approved that we're going after the right people, because we want to make sure before we start working, we're going the right direction, then once you've approved that, then you're done. That's all you have to do. You just sit back, we take care of the rest. First thing we're going to do is actually go in and fix your website. We're going to make the updates and the corrections and fix the code and fix the targeting and do all that stuff. But we want to optimize it for the best results before we start promoting. We don't mean promoting something that's going to hinder our efforts to do it. So we want to fix your website first. And this takes a bunch of time on our part, a bunch of effort, both to do this analysis, the reporting, everything else, and to fix your site. But it's a very, very important component before we even get to the promotion part. Once we've got your site fixed, then we're going to start promoting your site to get the fastest results for you. Now, again, the only work you have to do is approve this marketing plan and the target keywords. Then the traffic expert goes to work. Again, they're going to work whether you're paying attention or not. You're going to be getting reports, of course, of what's going on. You're going to see, if you're looking at your stats, increased traffic, increased rankings, increased sales from your online efforts, increased leads. But that's where you're certainly going to know something's going on. But they're going to be working, again, whether you're paying attention or not. It's not, you don't got to email them or call them today and say, hi, are you working today? Because they're there. They're working. That's their job, and it's our job to make sure that they're doing it. Our goals for your site are measured by 3 statistics. These are almost pretty obvious, but number 1, that we've increased traffic, and number 2, we're increasing rankings, and number 3, most important is that we're increasing sales. And now we can only obviously increase sales by increasing, the traffic count or getting better traffic. And we can measure the traffic in the rankings and see independent reports. You're going to be reporting to us, obviously, the increase in sales, so that we can, measure our success and that we're getting the right people. Right? So here's an overview of the types of work that your traffic expert will be doing to promote your site. First of all, as I said, they're going to analyze your website for on-page SEO status, for the page name, title tags, alt image tags, the keyword targeting, the density, all the very important stuff. We're going to analyze your site completely for that. We're going to analyze your target market and find the best buyer keywords for you to target so you get high quality traffic, and to make sure that you're in the right place to get the volume. Brian's talking about, the guy who was targeting aromatherapy massage, and he was owning the market, but it was the small part of the market, and there was lots of other money he could have easily been making, and now is able to go after by simply, finding the way people are really searching, which was to search massage itself, not aromatherapy massage alone. We're also going to correct all the errors and the missing information on your main pages so they're properly optimized for the best rankings. We're going to update your content to target the optimum keywords, and we're going to create or update your sitemap. Your sitemap is a very important component of your site to make it easy for the search engines to find and index all the great content you have there. We're going to submit your site to the top search engines and directories after every time we update it. We're going to keep letting them know that there's new content. It's been updated so that they come back and scan it and find all these updates. We're going to set up keyword tracking for all your targeted keywords so we can track all the ranks. And then we're going to start promoting. We're going to go out there, search for relevant blogs that are already getting traffic. We're going to post quality comments by hand. They're going to enter into the conversation, add value, and then have links back to your site from those comments. We're going to do the same thing for relevant forums. Forums that are already getting traffic, that we know are high quality, that are ranked. We're going to get good quality backlinks. We're going to post up good quality comments. Our team that does this is all American, and no offense to any other country, but all of our American people write and speak English well. So when we're doing everything here in English, we look like we actually know what we're talking about. We're going to search for relevant questions on Q&A sites. Brian told just one example of how powerful these can be. Yahoo Answers are some other relevant ones that, again, big traffic sites, highly ranked, their results show up in other search engines. We're going to find relevant questions and post quality answers with links back to your site that can literally live forever. We're going to find relevant guest blog post opportunities. A lot of blogs are completely made up, or a lot of them are made up by other people posting articles to them. As a guest writer, you would get the right to link back to your site, to put a resource box in there, and you're basically skimming off traffic from this blog's avid readers. That page can show up in the search engines. Very, very powerful. You don't have to do anything. We're going to find the opportunities, write the articles, contact the blog owner, submit the articles, get approval for the guest postings. We're going to take care of all that. Again, your job is to sit back and let us do our job. We're going to write and submit articles to top article directories like Easing Articles. We're going to create videos and submit videos to YouTube and other top video directories. We're going to write and submit press releases to Google News, which will get syndicated across the internet. And we're also going to use our private software tools. Now, we've built some stuff. We've got really some very advanced programmers, and some of the software that we've built, we've never made public and don't intend to. We actually have software that's in the patent pending stage. It's not for sale. Never been shown to anyone outside our company except for our attorneys. It's not even shown to, our friends, family. I mean, we don't let word leak out about this kind of stuff. But this is part of what allows us to do some powerful things that, other people can't do, because this literally was invented here. And your traffic expert's going to keep doing this, continually promoting your site. They're doing the work to get the exposure, the top rankings, and they're going to drive free traffic, leads, and customers to your business, whether you're paying attention or not. Now, to get started with a traffic expert, we require a $1,000 setup fee. And the reason for that is we're going to do the target market analysis, do the website analysis, the keyword analysis, create the plan for you, then do the website corrections and updates to optimize SEO. All right, so That's the startup fee. Now, monthly, your traffic expert, if you want one, is only $997 a month. If you want additional traffic experts working for you, then there's a discount. So you have two different options. You can get 2 traffic experts for only $14.97 a month, so you're saving $500 a month, or you can get 3 traffic experts for only $19.97 a month. Obviously, the more traffic experts you have working on your business, the faster it's going to grow, the more traffic you're going to get, the more leads, the more customers, the more sales. If you've got multiple internet properties, then you can have them promoted by the traffic experts, but realize that they're going to divide their time among them. So if you've got multiple properties that you want to get a lot of traffic to, you're going to want to have more than one expert working on a regular basis on building that site up and promoting it. And of course, even after you get a site up and running, you don't want to just abandon that site halfway through, right? And your airplane takes off, you get your internet jet, it takes off, it gets up to 35,000 feet, gets to cruising altitude. You don't turn the engines off, right? I mean, you keep the engines on, you keep flying and flying high. Same thing here. Once you get your site up and generating all this traffic from different sources and more traffic from the search engines, you want to keep right on pushing. Now, here's the process. After your order's complete, our support team is going to contact you to get information from you that we need to get started, all about your website and what you sell and what your target market is and that stuff. Now, as soon as we get your information, we're going to schedule a bonus consultation call. What Brian and I have agreed to do, at least for the people that sign up today, we've never actually done this before, we're going to have a 15-minute private phone consultation with Brian and myself to discuss your business, your website, your target market, and your goals. It's going to be very focused on your business. Now, we'd normally charge $500 for this consultation, if not more. We're going to give it to you free today when you sign up and start using our traffic expert service. And during this call, we're going to first of all make sure that our traffic experts are a good fit for your online promotion. We need to make sure that what you're doing that we can help you with, because sometimes we hit some odd things that we can't, but pretty much we can promote anything online as long as you've got a legit business. It's not, a scam. It's not pornography. It's not something that we wouldn't want to have anyone know that we're associated with. Other than that, we should be good. You also get a chance to double check and make sure that it's good for you. We're also, during our call, add in ideas that we will have, and we'll have a lot of good ideas for you. We have a huge amount of experience. Between Brian and I, we've got over 20 years of internet marketing experience. We're going to suggest specific strategies that you can use that, many of them outside the realm of just what we'd be doing online, but things you can do to increase your traffic, your leads, customers, your profits, and just to overall make more money in your business. We're here to help, and we want to be able to do that for you. Now, this is a very important point. Your initial payment for your traffic experts is 100% refundable until this consultation is over with. So you get to kick the tires, make sure we're good for you, make sure that you're comfortable that we can promote whatever your type of business is and add in the traffic that you need. We can make sure that we can do that. We agree that it's a good fit, then we'll go forward. At that point, when the consultation's over, then your payment becomes non-refundable at that point because we're going to work. And once we go to work, the money's spent. All right? So up to that point, though, because we have people that sometimes have questions, I think this would work and I'm real excited, but, I just want to double check some things, then you can sign up today. And during our phone conversation, you can double check and make sure everything's good because you can pull the plug at any time up till then, no harm, no foul, get 100% refund. No problem. You'll be able to even tell us directly right in that consultation if you want it. Now, after we complete that consultation, your traffic expert goes to work. They do your website and market analysis, and they create your plan, send it off to you, say, this is what we're going to target, here's where we're going to go. Once you approve that plan, your traffic expert will make the corrections to your site, and they'll start promoting, and they'll keep promoting. They'll be on this week after week, month after month. Now, we're going to do something that we've never seen anybody do before. We're going to give you our 100% success guarantee. And this is pretty simple. By the end of the first month, now I know some of you probably have seen SEO stuff and you're like, but people tell us it takes 6 months, it takes a year, it takes forever to see results. The truth is, not when we do what we do. And so our guarantee to you is really simple and straightforward. Okay, by the end of the first month, we guarantee you'll have an increase in rankings or traffic, or we're going to work the next month free to be sure you do have an increase. So if we haven't gotten you more rankings or traffic by the end of the first month in the program, then you don't have to pay anymore, and we're going to work the next month free and keep promoting your business so that we guarantee that you're going to have success with what we're doing for you with using our traffic experts. Okay? Now, no matter how many traffic experts you hire, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I said, and that is an absolutely amazing guarantee right there, guys. I mean, this is a lot of work that we put into each one, not just our own, again, US-based traffic team, but on top of that, Sean and I, again, personally get involved. Again, we do the consultations with you. I personally overlook every client as well to make sure the proper work and the proper changes are being done, not just on your site, but off your site as well. And again, incredible guarantee right there that you guys, again, will see an increase, in traffic or rankings there, and again, it can make a phenomenal difference for your business here.
Absolutely. Now, no matter how many experts you hire, you're not locked into a long-term contract. This is always month to month. You can cancel any month you want, never be charged again. We'll continue working through the end of the month and not charge you again, so you can cancel anytime. This is not, you're not locked into anything real long-term. But somebody's got to promote your website. If you want free exposure, if you want topic rankings, if you want free traffic, free leads, and customers who are going to generate enormous profits, then somebody's got to do it. And if you're not going to do it, then you need to let us do it, because somebody's got to do this or your business is not going anywhere. Right now, we're just launching this Traffic Expert program, and we have a unique and exclusive offer for you because we want to put a bunch of people in and put our team to work. So here's what we're going to do for you today. We're going to give you free setup. Now, besides that bonus consultation that Brian are going to do, we're going to also give you free setup. We're going to waive the $1,000 setup fee when you hire your traffic expert today. Okay? We're going to give you a free website analysis as part of that. We're going to give you the free target market analysis. We're going to give you free keyword analysis. And we're going to do all the website edits and corrections for your main pages. So we're going to do an enormous amount of work that we normally would charge $1,000 or more for and plan to in the future. But today, you're going to get this 100% free as part of getting started with your traffic expert. So what you need to do right now is go to webfire.com/DFY, as in done for you. See it right on the screen. Just go put this in Internet Explorer or Firefox or Safari. Just type it right in your browser and go to that page. And we should also be sending you this message out in the little chat box at the very bottom of the GoToWebinar little doohickey that's up on your screen that probably has a fancier name than doohickey. But it's going to be there, but you can just type that in your browser. But just go to that, and you're going to see a recap of what we were just talking about. You can see it all laid out very clearly as to what the experts are going to do for you, and your 3 options to sign up that you can click and sign up. You choose how many traffic experts you want working on your business, 1, 2, or 3, and you're covered by our 100% success guarantee. Again, by the end of the first month, we guarantee you'll have an increase in rankings or traffic, or we'll work the next month for free to be sure you do have an increase. And that is, again, restated on that order page, and you can print that order page if you want to, so you can know exactly what the deal is and what you're covered by. Now, again, what will happen after you complete your order is that our support team is going to contact you by email to get the information we need to get started. We've got to get you to fill out basically a questionnaire, tell us a bunch of information. It won't take you a real long time. This is only the 1-2 parts of work you got to do. Once we get that info, so we've got it in our hands, we'll schedule your private phone consultation within the next 2 business days. Brian and I are going to jump on the phone with you. We're going to go to work on your business for a few minutes, make sure that the fit is right with you, that we can help you, help your business grow, and we'll give you some more ideas and things that you can do and promote your business. That could be worth, who knows, a small fortune to some of you that will really be able to take to the next level. But believe me, we got ideas that can help almost anybody in any business. If everything looks good, you're agreeable, let's go forward. We'll move to the next step. If not, we'll refund your deposit. Very simple, very straightforward. As many of you know, even when we were talking about ourselves earlier, people are like, yeah, we know you guys are superstars. You've been around a long time. Exactly. We've been around a long time, not going anywhere. It's a very straightforward offer. Once we're good to go, then your traffic expert's going to do your website and market analysis, your keyword analysis. They're going to make your plan. You approve the plan, and away we go. Your expert is going to make the corrections to your site and start promoting. And they're going to be promoting for you week after week, month after month, year after year. Hopefully, you'll let us continue to build your internet business. Again, just go to webfire.com/DFY. Choose how many traffic experts you want. You're covered, again, by our 100% success guarantee. By the end of the first month, we guarantee you're going to have an increase in rankings or traffic, or we're going to work the next month for free to be sure that you do have an increase. So you're going to win, and this is going to work for you one way or another, because we're going to work, even if we have to work for free, work additional on our end to make certain that this is a winning strategy for you, because we know how powerful the resources, the tools, and the services are that we're going to be supplying for you, and we know the kind of results that we expect to get because of the success that we've had for our own sites and for the sites of past clients. And now you can become one of those clients that can see great results. Speaking of that, Brian, I think one of the things I want to mention to everybody is when we go to work for you, what you tell us and what we do for you remains a secret. We don't go, hey, look, Jimmy's doing great in the weight loss market. Let's show everybody his site so they can steal all his information. That doesn't happen. What we do in promoting for you is we keep it all private. People whose information we've shown here in results are people that we have permission from to do that. But unless you give us permission to go tell the world about what we're doing for you, we'll never raise a peep or tell anybody what's going on. So, this stays private. This is your business, how you create your success, and the fact that, we do the work for you and you take all the glory and profits. That's your business. And what you do that is successful is your business and no one else's. So, we're not going to be telling everybody what you do that works, or, specifically how we're generating success for you. So that'll stay private for you. Again, go to webfire.com/DFY, get started right away, and we'll be back to you very quickly with the information, the questionnaire we need, and you'll be getting an email from support@webfire.com. You can see the Webfire domain right there. And so one of the things you should do is, if you would, whitelist that inside your email address book if you have trouble getting email at all from different sources, just to make sure that you've got it. If you don't see it in your inbox after you order, then look in your spam box, your spam folder, because we will have sent you information, and just, sometimes it gets waylaid and sent where it's actually not supposed to go, and we want to make sure that you get that information, and as fast as you get that back to us, we'll be getting in touch with you and setting up the consultation with Brian and myself, and we'll work with you to make fireworks in your business. We're gonna make some stuff happen for you. Brian, what'd you like to add?
Great stuff, guys. So once again, that link is webfire.com/DFY. And again, Sean and I get personally involved with this, and we have, again, our own traffic expert team. Again, all U.S.-based guys, all top-notch guys, top-notch SEO experts, top-notch writers, so on and so forth. Again, we didn't really spare any expense here, because, again, we want you guys to get amazing results, because we know the better results we get for you, the longer you use our services here. So again, it's really a win-win here. So a couple questions that we've gotten. There's some that say, well, how many websites should I have per traffic expert? Well, I personally recommend having, at least one expert per site for at least a month or two. Now, certainly, if you want to swap out, like, let's say you want 1 month of work for this site, and the next month you want, a month of work for another site, that's perfectly fine. You can even split some of the work up. So if you have 2 sites that you want to split between one traffic expert and do half the work for each site, that's fine too, although, I recommend, at least a full month and one expert per site there, but you certainly can do that. Obviously, if you have 3 traffic experts, which, again, you get a huge savings if you get 3 experts. It's a third option. Obviously, you can have more sites that you can split up the work, or you can maximize the effort on one site there as well there. And again, I've seen a lot of questions. Well, what exactly will they do for this site or that site? Well, the reason why we have a general traffic expert is that every business is a little bit different. For instance, one business might require a lot more on-page SEO. Another might need more forum posting. Another might need more press releases or guest blog posts or comments or forum posts. Every business is a little different. So we have all of our experts trained to identify what specifically will get you the best results. And then we adapt the traffic work that they do towards your business. So that's what's really great here. I mean, it's not like a one size fits all. We personally adapt every expert to your specific business, and that's why we get results. You guys saw the sites that we got top rankings on. You saw how we dominated for the tennis shot. You saw how we absolutely killed it for the wine tour business as well as the wine tour franchise, where again completely dominating Google and getting amazing results for them. And remember, just getting even a handful of new buyers off of having a presence where you're dominating in the market can result in a lot of money and a lot of sales for you. So instead of having you do all the hard work, why not have trained experts do the work for you? And again, we back that up by an incredible guarantee that Sean talked about, as well as you'll also get a free consultation with Sean and myself. We'll hop on the phone. We'll talk specifically about your business and what the plan of action will be there and how we think you can get the best results. We include that absolutely for free. So again, that's just webfire.com/DFY.
Yeah, so somebody asked the question, what if you don't sell a product? And if you, not to be funny, if you don't have anything to sell, then you need to find something to sell. Whether you're building a business as an affiliate for high profit margin products, or you're creating your own product, or whatever you're doing, but you've got to have something for us to promote. It can be a blog, it can be an e-commerce site, it can be a 20-page content site, but we have to have something we can promote. Now, some of you are running businesses based upon the questions where you've got things that you're selling, or you're running a business, whether you're running it from home and selling products or services, or you're doing it at an actual storefront, but you don't have much of a website. One of the things that we can do fairly reasonably, we can't give you an exact quote off the top of our heads, but we have really good experienced team of website builders, and so for a reasonable price we can actually get you a website built if you need a basic website, so that we've got something to promote. But we do have to have some place to send traffic. In some cases, we've got people that are authors of books that we're helping them to promote on Amazon, as well as building traffic and rankings for their blog, for their author's title and name, for the genre that they're writing in, for the existing books that they already have. We get somebody that's actually releasing a new book another week or so, I think, on Amazon. And we're able to targeted drive traffic and help that Amazon listing to both to do a couple things. One is to increase the rankings for that result within Google itself, because people obviously search for all kinds of different things in Google, and you can see Amazon listing results a lot of times when you search things in Google, and we want to show up in those results for the author, as well as we want to drive more traffic, and we do that both from Google and other sources, into the actual listing on Amazon. Now, why do we want to do that? Well, number one, we want to sell books for them, right? But related to that, the part of this strategy is that the more you sell on Amazon, if you're selling books or DVDs or CDs or digital downloads or anything else, it literally is the more sales you make, the more sales you get, more sales, because Amazon has all these rankings. you're number 17 in this category and number 4 in that category, and they show all those different ads you see if you've ever been on Amazon where it says, people who bought this also bought this. People who like this book also like these other books. You start to show up in those lists if you start making sales of your book and people are looking at your book. And so we want to help drive that process so that you can become, a regular selling. I hesitate to use the term best-selling author because that's a relative term, and most people are never selling, 1 million copies of their book on Amazon or anywhere else. But we can, help drive the volume and, get you up into Amazon's machine where they can drive even more volume of sales for you. So there's a lot of different ways that we can help to drive and promote and create business for you. It's just really a function of us being able to get something from you that we can promote. So we've got a lot of different ways to drive business, and that's one of the reasons why we decided we would do the business consultation as part of this setup process, because we can add so much value to your business just in a few minutes, and finding just a little bit more about what you're doing, that Brian and I have agreed to do that, even though our days are already pretty darn filled with a whole lot of stuff going on. Right, Brian?
Absolutely. And, again, guys, the consultation alone is easily worth that price right there. Again, Sean and I have been in the business a long time. Sean, even longer than me. I believe, Sean, when you were first online, you said it was when?
I think it was 1912, actually, that I first got online. I actually first got online back in the really early days of AOL and dial-up. I mean, back in, the 90s. And I've been actively marketing online since, well, that was the early 90s, since the late 90s. But I mean, so, 13 years I've been driving big income, and, wasn't this, I ran and have run multiple businesses, and in 1999 I left running that Inc. 500 company to launch on a bunch of different things, and besides building an internet business, built part of an offline division for another business at the same time, and was teaching a lot of different seminars on some various topics related to my legal background. But I've been selling online. I've had an email list, an active email list now for 13 years. It'll be 14 next year. It just keeps growing.
Great stuff. And yeah, so that consultation alone, guys, we can look into your business, give you specific tips, and it also helps us adapt a strategy for our traffic experts, because again, every business is a little bit different, and these strategies and methods we use on one might be completely different for the other. And again, we do lots and lots of work for you, both on page and off page, to help not just optimize your site, but to get you both immediate traffic and also long-term traffic and rankings as well. We actually mix up methods. We have some that work very well to get you an immediate boost, and we have some methods that are more long-term, that get less upfront but last for years and years and years and years. So with a good mix of all that, again, there's lots of ways that you guys can get amazing results here. And I know if you have a business online, if you have a website online, every single one of you can benefit by getting more traffic to it. I also had a question here that said, after the first month, can they learn exactly what the expert did and just do that stuff themselves? Well, I have two parts to that. One, some of the stuff that they do, again, we keep as a secret. We have secret resources and methods, but a lot of the stuff will also tell you exactly what we're doing. Like, we're going out to forums, finding where your clients are and trying to drive them back to your site. We're doing guest blog posts. We're doing press releases. We're doing on-page and off-page SEO, getting more backlinks, all sorts of stuff like that. But on top of that, the major question is, why would you want to spend all that time doing all that hard work when you could outsource that to us at a very, very affordable price right here? I mean, considering the amount of work that we're doing here, It's really an amazing price, especially considering these are all, U.S.-based workers that do, again, top-notch jobs that really know their stuff here and can legitimately, help you. These aren't guys that will say, I'll get you, 1 million backlinks in a day and, have your site banned, within a day or two. Again, these are legitimate workers that, again, we're all trying to get you amazing results. Sean and I are personally involved in each one here. So again, just go to webfire.com/DFY. And again, if you sign up right now, not only will we waive the $1,000 setup fee, but you can also get the discounted price that we show on that page there, as well as get the free consultation from myself and Sean, as well as get, again, the guarantee of, we guarantee more traffic or rankings, and if not, we'll do an additional month free of charge. So again, we're putting, again, our money on the line here because we know we can get amazing results for you guys. So again, just go to webfire.com/DFY. And Sean, I've been actually answering a lot of questions in the chat, but if you see any that pop up, feel free to shout those out here in case I missed any.
Yeah, sure. Well, we got people asking, what countries does this work in? And the answer is it works in whatever country you're in. But we don't have the capability of writing in any language except for English. And I actually don't know about Brian, but for me, I also don't know how to speak, read, or write any language but English. You don't even want to hear my very limited Spanish pronunciation. And it's even more embarrassing since my son-in-law actually is from Argentina, and my other son-in-law has parents who are Mexican and Chilean, I think, if I have it right. But so I've got lots of Hispanic-related people in the family who speak very, very good English or Spanish, but not me. However, if you're in another country doing business in English, we can help you. If you're in another continent, we can help you. And some of you are going to type in and ask us if it works in your country, and the answer is yes. Can we target search engine specific to countries such as in the UK or in Australia? The answer is yes. We can do that. We've got the tools and resources to do specific research based upon the country you're in. If you do have a site in another language, there are things we can do to help you, but we won't be able to write content in that language, so it limits us somewhat, but we'd be glad to work with you and discuss how we might be able to help you with that. Another question we get a bunch in here is, I've got a lot of websites, which is a common question. Like Brian and myself, a lot of people have multiple websites. And so they're like, well, what do I do because I want to get all of them to rank well? Well, the first thing is to realize that part of the reason why they probably don't rank well now is because you're trying to do all that stuff at once. And so you've got to pick somewhere to start. You've either got to pick, if you just want to hire one expert, you've got to pick somewhere to start, somewhere to focus. Whatever site has the most potential to bring the most income as fast as possible, that's where you want to start with in terms of picking up the first site and getting things down. And then from there, you could branch out into getting other sites promoted. If you want multiple things done, then we suggest you do like several of our clients do, which is to hire multiple experts so that you can get a lot of things done at one time. There's only so much that we can do for you within a month, but for we do have people contact us who are like, well, I have 100 sites. Well, that's all great. I mean, how long it takes you to get your hands around 100 sites, much less to try to do anything worthwhile with them. We want to have great results for you, and we do that the same way that anyone does that, being successful, which is to focus on a limited number of sites so that we can get great results for those sites. And then we're glad to work with you at whatever level that you want to get things done. But let's both be putting together ourselves in a plan that's going to work very, very well. We also get the question in here, will it work in my niche? And the answer is, yeah, it will definitely work in your niche, because we've never seen anything that it won't work at. As I mentioned earlier, as long as you've got a site that we can promote, because we're going to go and help you fix your site if it's not optimized. That's why we're going to start there with the market analysis, the keyword analysis, and the site analysis, because we need to make sure your site's targeted to where you're going to go. We used the example earlier, the massage example. It's just one good example, and in that case, we would take a guy who's already ranking well for aromatherapy massage. We wouldn't mess with his main pages of his site. From that standpoint, we would tweak some stuff because his site was designed by website designers who usually do everything they can to make a website look pretty, and also do everything that possible to keep it from ranking well or from being really good at selling stuff. But we would, we updated the site like that, and then the next step is to add additional page or pages to it so that we could target, for example, massage in that local market and get ranked for that term, which the client was not ranking at all for, I don't think, and if they were, it was, if you're not in the top 10 results of Google, you might as well not exist, right? So he wasn't, and we needed to get him there, so we needed to get some targeted content that we could get to rank there for him. In the same way you saw the tennis shop example Brian talked about, where by putting together pages that are set up correctly, you can not only rank once, but a lot of times multiple times. I mean, if you've got the top, not just the top listing, but the top 2 or 3 listings for your site, when somebody searches massage, for example, you're going to kind of dominate the market because we know the top 3 listings get the most clicks, right? If you've got the top 3 listings, a lot of people are going to be like, well, obviously I shouldn't read any further. This guys must be the best in town because they're there. Bam. You own it. You get the business, and that's where we want to be for what you're doing. And those of you guys, I see people typing in questions, but if you've got a question that you'd like Brian and I to answer before we wrap up here in a few minutes, please do type it down in the window in the GoToWebinar doohickey that says questions. You can type a question in and shoot it over, and we can see it pop up on our screen. So please do that if you've got a question that we can answer for you and give you some more information about that. Somebody was asking here, Brian, do they have they have an old site? Should they use that or make a new one? Well, that's like a trick question because I don't know what it's about, right? But if you've got an old website, and older is often a real advantage. Google loves the age sites because they know that you didn't just try to show up and trick them. So usually older is a good thing, assuming that you haven't done anything crazy like get 4 million backlinks to it or something, from some spam source. But other than that, if it's just you've got an older site, then I would optimize that site if it's got any kind of content and any kind of keywords in it that we can use in ranking in the domain name. I would be working from the old site because that age is one of the ranking strategies that Google will use. Doesn't mean you can't get a new site ranked. We do it all the time. But if you have an older site that you've had and you've already got set up, there's probably no reason not to use that. Another person's asking, Brian, what if they've been knocked down? There was a Google update, and they saw their rankings drop. What can we do to help them?
Sure. In fact, there's a lot of different things that we can actually do. Not only can we help get a lot of good links to your site and a lot of good on-page SEO, but we also have ways where we know how to talk to Google to have them recheck your site once they see that maybe if you did some old stuff that maybe wasn't white hat, maybe you crossed a few lines. Once that's all gone, we have ways of basically letting them know to recheck your site to get you reindexed and so forth. In fact, I've actually done that for a variety of clients in the past, and it works again incredibly well. And again, just as a side note too, that actually brings up a great point, Sean. All the stuff that we do is white hat. We don't do any shady black hat stuff that might harm your site. I would never do something that I wouldn't do on my own personal sites. I wouldn't excuse me, I would never do something on a client site that I wouldn't do on my own personal site. So again, this is all very, very white hat stuff. We're doing exactly what Google wants you to do. We're trying to target the proper keywords on your site, make sure it's relevant, and also make sure it's what the searchers on Google, Yahoo, and Bing want, as well as getting traffic from all those other sources as well. So again, that's why we created the Traffic Expert service here, was to specifically tweak each service towards each and every different business we have here. So Again, guys, you can go to webfire.com/DFY to take advantage of this, again, great service right here. Schedule the call with Sean and myself and get going here. And I also see there's a handful of questions that are asking, well, when does the work start, so on and so forth. Well, right off the bat, within a day, usually within a matter of a couple hours or so, we'll send you a questionnaire where it's essentially asking a bit about you, your site and so forth. And then once we hear back from you, we can pretty much start the work as soon as you want there. If you want to talk to Sean and I first as part of the consultation, you can choose to do that as well, and then as soon as we're done with that, we can start the work then as well. So it's really up to you on how soon and how quickly you want the work to start. But typically, once we start the work, we like to start to see results within the first 2 to 3 weeks or so for the majority of markets out there.
Yeah, it doesn't take as long to get started. I know some people are like, well, all this consultation, everything else. So the consultation is to help you out and make sure you know what you're, just improve what you're doing. But it's not going to take long for us to get that scheduled. We're pretty flexible guys. We know that we're going to have a big influx of clients from today, and we know that most people are going to get the information back tomorrow. And so we've scheduled this presentation so that in the next few days we know that we've got open time to be able to schedule things. We also know that some of you are in other countries as far-flung for us as the other side of the world in Australia, and we've got clients in multiple countries, in Europe, in Africa, South America, yes, and all the way down in Australia, New Zealand, et cetera. I mean, we've got clients all over the place, and of course, our home country of the U.S. So, we'll work things out to some mutually reasonably agreeable time where, when we're going to be able to chat with you all when on the other side of the world where it's not 4 a.m. for either you or us. That's, we'll get that sorted out and work with you to get that going. It will not take us long at all to get up and running. We obviously wouldn't tell you that we're results before the end of the first month if we didn't expect to get results and we didn't expect to be moving fast. We're here to move quickly. That's what we do. We're very impatient people. All you got to do is ask my family how impatient I am, and they'll verify it's true. So we want to see things happen quickly. We wouldn't put ourselves on the hook to get fast results. We'd be like one of those companies, and you can go find them online by the dozens. It'll tell you that you can hire them and pay them for 6 months. At the end of 6 months, then you can judge their work. Well, that's all great, but nobody wants to spend tens of thousands of dollars to wait 6 months to find out whether or not it worked, because it just takes all the fun out of it, right? We want to see results. We want to see that we get our money's worth right away, and that's why we built this program and designed it the way we did, and we're willing to make the guarantee that we're actually willing to do. So we're doing all that. So it's great. We've got a bunch of people that have signed up, and we really appreciate the fact that you did and are ready to get us going to work. You look for an email from support@webfire coming your way very, very quickly. Our staff knows we're doing this. It's not a secret. So they're going to be contacting you and getting some things done right away for you. And as fast as you can get us back that information, we're going to get started and go to work and make things happen. And we'll be in touch with you. We've got a terrific team. Those of you that have dealt with us before know just how good our support and our personnel are. The person that's run my support has done it for, I actually don't know, more than 10 years now. Been with me a long, long time. Knows an awful lot about this business and knows how to take care of the customers. That's why she's been with me this long. Because she's good, and I know she's good, and my customers know she's good. When I meet them at conferences, people always comment about how great she is. So we're very, very pleased with that and our ability to deliver for our clients. And so we just want to make things happen for you and really be able to do all that. One of the things too my staff just asked me to remind you is be sure to whitelist our email address, support@webfire.com. you can just go into your address book and whatever you use for email, Hotmail or Gmail or Yahoo or whatever service you use, and add support at Webfire to your address book, and that should allow you to get the email in where you want to get it, which is in your inbox, so that you can communicate very quickly and easily with our staff. Again, when you've signed up, if you're not seeing responses from us, then send a support to that email address and let us know. But also, please check the spam folder, your spam box, where all the normally unwanted email goes, because that's where you're probably going to find it, because we definitely will have contacted you and set things up for you. That's one of the reasons that we, in fact, use PayPal as part of this process, is because it makes it very easy for us to make sure that we've got communication and tracking, and we know exactly who signed up and what they're doing and how the process is working with you. Brian, any other questions we need to answer along the way here?
I've actually been answering a lot of questions in the chat right here. All right, so here's one right here. The person said that they just bought. Well, first off, thanks. And then he said, how long until he has to supply the info? That's largely up to you. I mean, if we send you the survey right now, it's not like you need to write us back within minutes or anything like that. If you want to wait like a week or so before the work starts or anything like that, that's perfectly fine. Even longer is perfectly fine. Just let us know there. Okay, I'm trying to see what other questions. All right, then. Yeah, so again, guys, either myself, Sean, or Sharon have been answering a lot of questions. So I think we got to each one, but again, guys, you can take us up on the software at webfire.com/DFY. This is really an amazing deal, especially considering the amount of work going into it and the quality of the work and the people behind it. The people working on your sites are our personal team. These are guys that work on our sites, as well here. This isn't some, crappy service that we're outsourcing you to or anything like that. These are our personal guys, as well as Sean and I getting involved here and, again, doing the consultation stuff with you. So, again, you can go to webfire.com/DFY. And if by chance we miss a question or anything like that, again, if you sign up right now, you can get the free consultation call at, again, no risk to you. So, you can be sure that it's, the right fit for you there. All right. All right, guys, and yeah, so Sean, I think we answered every question here. So do you have any last
I think we have everything related to this. And so again, we want to thank everybody who's joined our Many People in the Traffic Expert program. We look forward to delivering great results for you. We look forward to having a phone conversation with you in the next few days, in fact, and finding out more about your business, giving you some great ideas to help you grow your business and make things happen, and to further improve your online presence, what you're making, your leads, turning your leads into more cash, etc. You're going to find it's going to be a lot of fun to go down this path and to sit back and enjoy the ride and let somebody else get to work doing the things that we all know need to get done to generate traffic for your site, because there's no question somebody's got to do the work and generate traffic and make things happen for your site. And if you're not going to, then let's put our team to work. We're glad a lot of you are doing that and making things happen. If you haven't completed your order, you need to do that now. Just go to webfire.com/DFY. It's done for you, and we'll get things rolling for you right away. We'll send you that questionnaire. Just fill that out as soon as you can, as completely as you can. Don't stress over it. If there's no wrong answers. We just need to get as much info as we can to start with. It's not going to take more than 10 or 15 minutes to fill this out. It's not like it's 13 days worth of information long. And you get that back, and we'll get things started, and we'll go make the magic happen, Brian.
Sounds good.
All right, again, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for joining the program, and we look forward to helping you in the future.